Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty cool news where we now have the first official sightseeing, kind of just all-around seventh wonder of the world, PlayStation 5 Price Drop that's actually now gone live here in America. We also have some pretty big deals too as well when it comes to GameStop, funny enough too, and as well some huge things when it comes to United States and Japanese markets when it comes to consoles. So we have been talking about this a little bit throughout this entire past week or so. We initially saw that the UK, especially one of their very first initial PlayStation 5 price point drop. And as well, we also saw some other stuff throughout like Spain, Germany and stuff. And we've just kind of been waiting to see if America's joining. And so far, it seems like it will. So we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff here. Make sure you guys check out the how links down below. We are partnered with Samsung for pretty much this next week or so with brand new flip phones, watches, and tablets all linked down below in those how links. So check those on out. We have the Twitter and Twitch if you guys want to follow. And of course, subscribe if you guys are new. And let's dive into some hopefully good news. So very first and foremost, we are seeing something over here that is magical. It is beautiful. It is also one of those things I probably still was never really expecting to go and have happen. And this is the official American price drop over here for the PlayStation 5 stock. Now, this is some juicy stuff. So, a few things to kind of break down. Number one, this might actually be horrible for some scalpers, more so for good for them, bad for the normal folks like us. But monoprice over here is the first somewhat bigger retailer who has now officially lowered their official retail price point to $449 when it comes to the PlayStation 5 console. Now, let's go and talk about this, because we know in the UK there has been official, such as actually literally Amazon itself, other big things such as a PlayStation Direct, so literally Sony, have lowered their price points down around $50, roughly, give or take, for all those consoles out there. Now, as we all kind of sit here and watch this is some great news for all of us collectively, because if you still have not gotten your console for whatever reason, I'd probably assume it's probably because of money issues rather than anything else. Mainly because, some folks maybe lost their job, maybe in college, maybe a little bit younger, who might watch videos, whoever it might be. And thankfully, what does a lower, cheaper price point get us? Just more people that are able to get their consoles, whether it's for birthdays or Christmas or whatever it might be. Now, this is the first official website, like I said, it's now at $450. As of right now, it is technically out of stock, although they do have another ETA on the website for August 15th, so in case you guys are still looking for your consoles, look around that date. But as well, the only reason why I'm highlighting that date too is I'm going to probably assume that actually might be the next big wave window where we actually, if this all is true, there's always that chance these leaks have not been, but in the UK and Spain and Germany, they all have come true. I'd probably be expecting maybe around the August 15th date or so for when the official price point drops might go and make sense. Would also make sense too because that'd probably be their next secondary wave of stock. And then as of right now in the UK, their big promotion for the cheaper PlayStation 5 consoles ends on August 10th. So basically you'd have a little extra stock then at that point to go and put your next wave of stock to America. Once again, this is not confirmed. Once again, this is not me kind of more speculating, but how they used to do it for their PlayStation 5 restocks is they would always kind of basically do a cycle of Europe. They would do basically Europe and have a huge influx of all the Amazons and the games and all those types of Walmart type stores, etc. in Europe, and they would do a big restock drop for 2 weeks, and then after that they'd go bounce back to America, and then they go bounce back to the UK, and then bounce back to America, maybe because stock was really constrained. So it almost kind of seems like they're doing a big massive basically blow up for places in the UK and Germany. They might as well go and just focus on them all for a few weeks and then have a little bit of a break period and then go and reallocate all brand new shipping shipments over here to America. Now, that's just kind of my expectations based on what we've seen so far, but this is the first big retailer we've seen with a cheaper price point. We've also been seeing now GameStop, funny enough, although refurbished, we have been seeing nationwide having more additional GameStop consoles now on the cheaper side. A good example right now is even for my own local area, I could quite literally go get a refurbished though, which is not, used, it's not the best, but a console over here for $460. Or as well, if you guys are a GameStop Pro member, an extra $23 too as well, which I think is $25, even get a GameStop Pro Rewards. you're basically paying $2, but you could also, if you buy a lot of games, might be worthwhile in the long run. But this is actually kind of cool because we're now seeing even more stock everywhere. We saw people talking about the refurbished stuff, and there is still stock available. Although, granted, I do believe GameStop still has the consoles over at $500 or so, give or take, but you don't know, at least refurbished and pre-owned is not the worst. But, like I said, it's big stock. Either way, I'm more interested with the mono price over here. So that's cool. We're finally seeing the very first step. So these next 2 weeks or so, we're going to see if there is any more bigger stock improvements. I want to see more stock. I want to see it in America. And whether there is a video on it, I will let you guys go and know in case you guys have been waiting. But it looks like kind of really good, especially with like 4 of the 5 leaks already happening. It's almost like 4.5 at this point. But on the same exact time too as well, when it comes to all the United States numbers, we also have Matt Piscatella over here talking about all these nice little video game markets, which also kind of ties in with tandem with Japan, where Japan actually had a massive influx of stock too as well. And it seems like the console has pretty clearly and easily pushed over the 40 million mark. So June 2023, the U.S. video game market from here, U.S. consumer spending on video game content, hardware, and accessories reached $4.7 billion. That's just insane. A 9% increase versus and it was the second highest spending ever achieved in a June month, trailing only June 2021. So we have $4.3 billion, $4.7 billion over here, 9% change. Video game content's at 4. Video game hardware is only at 454 million, which makes sense too. I mean, a lot of people have their consoles already, and accessories at 200. They'd be like PSVRs and controllers. And now as well too, as well, you guys can see the year to date as well, $26 billion, I believe, which is a little bit higher than last year. Also looking at 22.7 billion, a little bit lower on video games, so that we haven't seen too many big AAA games. Baldur's Gate is doing well. We have Starfield coming soon. Spider-Man later on. That'll probably bump up the numbers. Video game hardware has actually gone up quite a bit, $500 million, and accessories are just a little smidgen up too as well. First half spending totaled $26.6 billion, ahead 2% ahead of years before. So far, the best selling game so far in June as well. Diablo 4. Final Fantasy, even though a lot of folks have been worried about it, saying the game itself might go and flop or may not do the best, is over here at the second place. Street Fighter 6 as well, still doing pretty good. Capcom has been kind of trucking on through as well. We also have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom still in 4th place. Hogwarts Legacy still getting a lot of legacy sales, haha. Call of Duty as well, even though there has been a lot more hype up now for Modern Warfare 3, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, MLB The Show as well, still relevant. Both the Spider-Man games have actually bumped up a lot. If you guys can see, last month's rank for them were 31 and 24, and it does seem like they're now at 7, 9, and 10, which probably would make a lot of sense too, with the brand new Spider-Man having a lot more promotion. We had the state of play, we had more release trailers, Comic-Con, as well as also the pre-orders for the console may also go and drive up the sales. FIFA 2, Mario Kart still always around, Dead Island, Minecraft F1 23 is actually a brand new iteration, and Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life as well, which I actually kind of want to go play up on my Twitch stream. We also have Elden Ring still doing relatively well, although dropping, and God of War Ragnarok actually probably will keep on going down and down because the bundles are not as prevalent over time now, especially with these console price drops. As well as also the best-selling premium games too as well, so Hogwarts, into Zelda, into Diablo, into Call of Duty, Star Wars, Resident Evil, and Final Fantasy games has also been kind of included on this one too as well. Saw a lot more improved over here from 7% when compared to a year ago, totaling $4.1 billion. And content spending during the year's first half reached $22.8 billion, flat to a year ago, basically around the same exact numbers. Diablo was the best-selling game in June and still has been doing really well with the first season coming out, instantly becoming the number 3 best-selling game of 2023 year-to-date, which is insane to go and see those numbers. Launch month sales of Street Fighter 6 more than doubled those of Street Fighter 5. Really good to go see the comparison on that one. Mobile market Sensor Tower reports a top 10 games of the United States. So we have Candy Crush, Roblox, Royal March, Coin Master, Monopoly Go, Gardenscapes, Township, Pokemon Go, Jackpot Party, Casino Slots, and Homescapes too as well. So a lot of the spending was also pretty on the relatively flat side. And on top of that too as well, Monopoly Go has been on a tear, and it also somehow made a bajillion zillion dollars. One big thing to know is that the video game hardware spending increased 22%, so more people are buying consoles and Xboxes, etc. And this is the highest video game hardware spend for a June month since the $617 million reached in June 2008. Very cool to go and see that we had double-digit spending so far as well, and at the same time we have a 23% higher when it's in the same exact period too. PlayStation 5 was the best-selling game period as well, throughout all these different times of both unit and dollar sales, and on top of that too, it's in the highest since 2008, and the PlayStation 5 is still leading the market. Same with the accessories too as well, so doing very well. Now, on the very last side, too, we also did have Japan. Japan actually did a very good number, too, as well, where it published its estimated physical game and sales from July 24th to July 30th, so these past few weeks. So the Switch has sold around 78,000 units, PlayStation 5 sold around 53,000 units, and the Xbox has only done 1,800. Although this is in Japan, too, it just kind of goes to show that the stock has been a lot more relevant all throughout the world. But Pikmin 4 has been coming in clutch, Same with Natsumon as well, both having massive sales. Nintendo Tears of the Kingdom is still doing phenomenally well, and all the other various games are basically Japanese games too. Splatoon, Switch Sports, Disney Illusion Island. I have no idea what Cry Machinima is, but also have Minecraft Mario Kart tied on into as well. So basically, the Switch has been doing really good at 5 million, PlayStation at 3.5, and yeah, just kind of nice to go and see. So like really good numbers. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Check out the Howlings for our Samsung sponsor as well, and then of course check out the Twitter and Twitch. And I appreciate you guys also watching here in the first place.